If you've ever found yourself compulsively apologizing for existing, or felt a primal need to shrink yourself the moment you enter a new room, what you're about to hear will reframe everything you thought about being too nice. We're not going to give you generic advice on setting boundaries. We're going to look at the specific nervous system wiring behind perpetual agreeableness, and why surface-level people-pleasing doesn't just fail to explain it. It misses the point entirely. By the end of this, you're not going to see your compliant nature as a weakness. You're going to understand exactly how it was your most sophisticated survival mechanism. For decades, the standard view of trauma response is focused on fight, flight, or freeze. But in 2005, therapist Pete Walker introduced a crucial fourth, the fawn response. Walker's work highlighted how, for many who grew up in unpredictable or unsafe environments, aligning with a perceived aggressor became the primary strategy for survival. This isn't just a coping mechanism. It's a deeply ingrained nervous system blueprint. It means your body learned, at a pre-verbal level, that appeasement equals safety. But here's what that actually means. This isn't a moral failing. It's an adaptive intelligence. The question isn't why you developed it, but how a child's brain under threat mapped out the most effective path to minimize harm. Your first layer of this wiring manifests as hypervigilance. You walk into a space, any space, and unconsciously scan for emotional cues. Who is happy? Who is annoyed? Your nervous system is already calculating the safest social temperature. For you, this doesn't just mean you're good at reading people. It means your internal alarm system is always on, constantly processing threat data disguised as social information. This isn't empathy. It's a finely tuned radar for emotional landmines. It's the architecture of a mind that learned to preempt conflict. This isn't a personality trait you chose. It's a contract signed in infancy. Picture a child in an unpredictable household. A sudden shift in a parent's mood, a raised voice, an absent gaze. That child quickly learns that their distress, their genuine needs, are often met with more instability, not comfort. But here's the thing. Compliance, a quick smile, or immediate agreement often diffuse the tension. For you, this doesn't just mean you were a good kid. It means your brain formed a foundational link. Agreeable behavior equals immediate safety. This silent agreement became the core instruction of your nervous system. The fawn response isn't monolithic. It splits into two primary expressions. There's the external fawner, the one who smiles, overhelps, volunteers for everything, and genuinely tries to make everyone else comfortable. Then there's the internal fawner, the one who agrees while silently screaming inside, whose external compliance masks a profound internal resentment. For you, this doesn't just mean you present differently. It means your internal world is often in direct conflict with your external performance. Both are designed to maintain connection at any cost, even if that cost is your authentic self. Here's something worth sitting with for a moment. The people most deeply wired for social survival, who navigate the world with an internal map of appeasement, are often the most exhausted. They don't usually look like selfless heroes from the outside. They often look like doormats or overwhelmed caregivers. And that's exactly why understanding this isn't about blaming your past. It's about dismantling a present-day survival mechanism that is actively draining you. The ultimate paradox of fawning is the hollow echo it creates within. The harder you try to please, to predict, to prevent conflict, the more invisible your actual self becomes. This constant performance of agreeableness eventually generates a specific kind of internal resentment. For you, this doesn't just mean you feel emotionally drained. It means the self that exists beyond the performance of pleasing was never seen, never validated, leaving you with a profound sense of unbelonging to your own life. This is the consequence of prioritizing connection over self-preservation. This isn't just about childhood trauma. It touches on a deep existential question of authenticity. Nietzsche spoke of the will to power, the fundamental drive for self-overcoming. But for the fawner, this will was redirected, externalized, constantly seeking to appease the power of others. It's a form of what existentialists call bad faith, living a life dictated by external expectations, denying your own subjective freedom. Your true self, your Jungian shadow, containing all the difficult unexpressed parts, remains hidden behind a practiced smile. You've become a character in someone else's play, losing the blueprint to your own. The silence of your own desires speaks volumes about the early cost of safety. The architecture of a compliant nervous system isn't a defect. It's a testament to your brain's profound capacity for survival. Permission to stop seeing your agreeableness as a flaw. because it was the most sophisticated social survival system your nervous system could construct under impossible conditions. It built a bridge to safety when no other path existed. If this landed differently than you expected, that's not a coincidence. Our next video on the silent burnout of perpetual empathy goes one layer deeper. Subscribe if you want to keep going. The path